Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to my channel, The Mother Speaks Tarot. My name is Allison. My channel is still relatively new. It is under a year old, so if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. If you do decide to subscribe today, thank you! Thank you. All my subscribers, all my viewers, I want to thank you. I do thank you with every single video because I know without you my channel wouldn't be what it is today. I mean, period, the end. So thank you all so much. For those of you who are new and don't know, I am also an author. I'm writing an action-adventure love story on superhero twin flames. It's called Perception, the Two Yet One, and this is book 1, which I have read out loud live on Facebook, and then I've uploaded all of those videos here to YouTube for you to enjoy for absolutely free. If you've already read book 1 or watched all those videos, just know that book 2 is published and available. These beautiful, very well-made, high-quality paperbacks are available from Kindle Direct Publishing for only $15.99 each, plus shipping. If you have Amazon Prime, your shipping will be free. Okay, so welcome. Those of you who have been with me here, welcome back. So today is May. Here in America, it is the month of May, and we celebrate Mother's Day. It is next Sunday, this coming Sunday. So like I did in February, where I celebrated love all month because of Valentine's Day, and we got our messages each week through a different goddess of love. This month, since this is the mother, and this is Mother's Day, we're doing the same thing. We are going to celebrate the mother all month long, and each week we will receive our messages from different mother energies. And you can see that the mother energy that we are receiving our messages from today is Mother Mary. I've got my beautiful Empress card here from the Tarot of the Divine, which is Our Lady of Guadalupe. We have my bottle of water from Lourdes, France, where Saint Bernadette saw the lady and also discovered a well, and that's where the water is from. And then I have this stone that I found in my backyard near Valentine's Day a few years back, and it has a heart on it. I was like, wow, the earth gave me a Valentine. And then I flipped it over, and to me this is Mary's silhouette. So I'm like, oh my, thank you so much. Valentine's Day is kind of a big one for Mary because of, well, I'll tell you in a minute, but I have the Virgin of Guadalupe over here as well, and then my large Mary. So here's what I was about to say. This is the deck that we're going to be using because I received this. I wanted this deck to use for Mary. And it's because there's a Christian influence to this particular deck. And it is also the first kind of deck that I ever used as a reader. This is not the my original deck. My son owns that, but this is vintage. This is from 1985. So I received this deck and my clarification deck, the little writer deck that I use, as a miracle from Mother Mary back in February, which was Valentine's Day, which is why I mentioned I get gifts from her around Valentine's Day, I guess. And the box that the tarot came in also said "Be Mine" on it with hearts, and it was like a Valentine's Day box. I forgot to mention that in the video, but if you want to know the story of the miracle, I made a video on it, and it's called The Story of My Miracle in February 2021. The link to that video is down in the description box below. You can find links to purchase my books. You can find the links to view book 1, where I read it aloud. You can find some links for my friend April. She is awesome. Check her out. And I am still offering readings currently. So if you would like a personal reading, the information to contact me is also in the description box below. At the end of the reading, we are going to use my new deck that I'm so excited to have, the Mother Mary Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Now, back in February, when I asked Isis for our messages as a goddess of love, I used the Isis deck, and this deck is created by the exact same person, Alana Fairchild. She created the Isis deck, and I'm only going to choose, or pull rather, one card from this deck, and then I'm going to read it to you because these meanings are rather long, but they're also very clear. They relate to what the reading was talking about all the time. She's very powerful. Mary came to me when I was 16. I have a very close relationship with her. In fact, I have links in the description box below because I did a couple of lives a few years back about my story. So if you want to know about that, that's also in the description box. So as a reader, I read minor arcana cards as messages about your free will, and major arcana cards as messages about your divine blueprint. Your divine blueprint is the plan that you made for your life before you incarnated, so that you would learn certain lessons of life that would elevate the vibration and wisdom in your soul. And as you keep doing that lifetime after lifetime without falling back down in vibration through your free will, if you continue to rise, eventually, I believe that's where you get to a lifetime where you can become what is called enlightened. Okay, so when I'm looking at your major arcana cards, it's kind of like destiny, but not really. There are times, not really, because we have free will. Now, there are times that we write things into our divine blueprint that we absolutely cannot change no matter how much we try. And those times are indicated to me by the Wheel of Fortune card, which you do have. It is the underlying energy of this entire reading. And usually I read this at the end, but since you've got the Wheel of Fortune, there you go. All right, so let's begin here. At the heart of everything for you, Sagittarius, at this time, you are, this is happy family energy, 10 of coins, pretty good. I'm thinking that you have a happy family life. You may have come into a bunch of money recently, an inheritance perhaps. You could be spending time with your family. This is the family you come from. Notice how this is a family tree. And it all starts with this guy, okay? And he obviously had 2 sons. And then they had a son or whatever, and it keeps going. This is a family tree. I forgot whose family tree this is. This might be Luigi Scapini's family tree, but I don't know if it's really necessary to look that up. By the way, if you're new here, I do use the energies that decks are created with. As a writer, I understand how much work goes into something like this, in the imagery, in the messages behind it, and there's so many different ways to read tarot that I feel like when I am led to choose a certain deck for a week, it's because of the meanings that come with this. But I don't always feel that. Like in the last reading, there was a card here whose divinatory meaning that I found in this little book was not it. And so I do still use my intuition. However, I'm being led to check this little book to make sure that I'm grasping the imagery that is in the card and the messages that the artist intended. Okay, so as at the heart of everything here, I feel like you're probably enjoying some happy time. You're feeling secure and safe. Yeah, this is prosperity, riches, security, safety, family, ancestry, inheritance, and home. Okay, so you're probably doing pretty freaking well right now, and this is the family that you come from. Okay, or if you don't have any family left or something, this is a new family situation, and I think that there's plenty of money involved here because there's security going on here. Okay, so enough with that. Now this is the energy that is crossing this, and this card, what it actually is, I have to read intuitively every single time, but they're always read right side up. So this is the Page of Cups, okay? And the first thing that I feel from this is there may be an apology, a message of an apology, a message of perhaps some sort of reconciliation, a message of love. Cups is emotion and love. Page is a people card. You know, if you were with me while I was doing the Enchanted Tarot, this is a child. You know, it would be the child of visions, which is the cups in that deck. So there could be a young water sign, but I feel mostly this is like a message of love. Let's say this is oh, this is one of the Swiss guards that that guard the Vatican. He's a Vatican guard. That's right. I knew that the other day. Okay, so this is a studious and intent person. Someone with reflectiveness, meditativeness, loyalty, willingness to offer services and efforts towards a specific goal, a helpful person, a trustworthy worker. So you may receive like an apology or an offer to help out or something, and it's because of love. It's because of emotion, okay? This person may also have a little bit of psychicness to them. They may be young or they may act young, okay? They don't have to be a water sign, but this is the energy that this person would embody. Now, this is the energy that is at the root of everything for you at this time. And this is one of the reasons why I chose this deck for Mary. Not only does she look a lot like Mary, she is not just she's not the high priestess in this deck. She is the Pope-ess. She was there's legends of Pope Joan. Yeah, that's what it says here. Wait a minute. Yep. Referring to the legend of Pope Joan, the female pope. Isn't that awesome? I had no clue that there was a female pope until I got this deck a long time ago in my 20s. But so look at her. Isn't she beautiful? Now this is right side up, and this is, you know, basically this is the high priestess. She is intuitive. She is the psychic. She sees beyond the veil. She doesn't talk very much. She's a holder of secrets. She is the high priestess. She is at the root of this entire thing. So this could be like a feminine energy in your life that is very spiritual and also works very much with her intuition. She's a seer. She could be a tarot reader like I am. She could be and very, very wise. Okay, so this is like wisdom, sound judgment, common sense, learning, serenity, objectivity, education, intuition, perception, self-reliance, hidden emotion, purity, virtue, severity, platonic relationships, avoidance of emotional entanglement, volubility, and teacher. When I said avoidance of emotional entanglements, that did something to me, but I don't know what. Okay. Yeah, this is somebody who you feel like you can really depend on, somebody that you probably look up to. Okay, because you know the Pope is like the head. He's the head of the Catholic Church. He is. He's like a spiritual king or something, you know. All right, so here is the energy that is of your most recent past. Just pulling it up here in this little book in case I need it. Now this is the Four of Cups. This is when we're like really bored with life. We're apathetic. We don't see all the blessings and beauty that the universe has bestowed on us. This is, you know, this is a crying mermaid sitting on top of a really old dragon, whereas you have this young child who's happy and enjoying life on top of a brand new dragon. of a young dragon. So, you know, it just depends on how you see life. You can be like, oh my God, we're old and everything sucks. Or you can be like, yay, life is awesome, like young people do, you know. But this person doesn't see life as, you know, right now this is the apathy. This is the boredom. This is not seeing the blessings of life. This is. When I was saying that this could be somebody who is childlike, okay, so there's a difference between childlike and childish. Now these are both cups and they almost always talk to each other. Now I just feel like these two are, you know, this is more of how this person is, okay? Oh, but you know what else? If this is not an actual person for you, this cup of love or this message may be coming from this Pope. This is the Pope's guard. Okay, and she's the Popess. This is the guards at the Vatican and she's the Popess. And so this may be her messenger. Ooh, interesting. You see how a different deck can really alter a message. It's the imagery, it's the intention of divinatory meaning that the person who created this deck meant to give it. So, you know, you've probably been pretty bored, maybe even with your love life, since this is cups. This is weariness, aversion, disgust, unhappiness, bitter experience, stationary period in one's life, okay? So you were going through some crap, and it's over. So yay! Because now you're happy. All right, that's really good. That is a relief. That is awesome, Sagittarius. Okay, so for me, the next two cards as a reader are future cards, and we'll just be reading this one first. And here's another people card. The King of Cups. So this is usually a mature person. This could be a water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. He's boss energy, he's wise, he is the kind of person or leader who will listen to you. He's a great confidant. He is like emotionally available. He's comforting. He's loving. He's a smart businessman. He knows what's up. Okay, but the thing with him though is right now he's kind of in his shadow energy, his reverse energy. So this is an artistic temperament, double dealing, dishonesty, scandal, loss, ruin, injustice, a crafty person without virtue and shiftiness. So this is I would have to say this is a mature masculine energy, and that doesn't mean it has to be a man. Okay, there's plenty of women out there that are that identify more as masculine than feminine. Okay, but this person who has the potential to be this awesome King of Cups is not in his nice energy right now. He's probably upset about something, because when people are upset, they get vengeful, they plan, they get shifty, they do all this kind of stuff that he's talking about. Artistic temperament is when you're, you know, it's kind of like a fiery temper, even though he's water. Yeah, there goes the phone. That's usually an indicator that what I said was poignant, okay? So again, artistic temperament, double dealing, dishonesty, scandal, loss, ruin, injustice, a crafty person without virtue, and shiftiness. So watch out for this. The next energy here, this other future card, is judgment. Okay? Every time I get judgment, I hear, it's time. It is time. Okay? This is the second to the last card in the major arcana. This is The last card is the World, when your cycle is over. This right here is summing it up. If you were involved with litigation, the Judgment is coming in. And it's right side up, so the Judgment will be in your favor. This is an ending. This is a double ending. This is 20. Okay? So say, you know, when you're in litigation, because I used to work in the legal field, I have a degree in paralegal studies. When you are in litigation and you have gone through all the discovery, which is the information that that you're presenting to the judge for the judgment, when that is all in and, you know, the judge has gone over it all, he or she has heard everything, and they come back with the judgment, that's usually it. You can appeal a judgment sometimes, but what this is saying this is the decision that's coming in, and that's probably going to hold. Okay? Judges are very careful when they make their judgments so that they don't get overturned, because they can be overturned. But in life, this judgment is something that is, everything is coming to a head. And now it's time to repent. To, you know, it's time for maybe something to be resurrected, like moving on with your life. Like when you're involved with litigation and it's judgment time and you get the judgment and it's, you know, it's filed away and then you dismiss the case, you know, you can move on with your life finally. Okay, so this is an ending that is very, very important, right? Now, this could, you know what else I was just feeling? Is that when somebody, this person does this, and they're going to be all shifty and shady and shit, they're going to get judged. Maybe they're going to judge you. Judgment, when we judge others, that doesn't end up very well usually. We don't have to do anything, but I would advise people to stop making judgments about others, because this is usually, I mean, look at her. I'm looking at her and she's like unsure. She's kind of like, what? You know, I mean, she doesn't look as joyful as these dudes do. They're like, yay, it's time. Let's get out of our grave. Let's rise from the grave. She's like, huh? You know, so it's not always, you know, all that. So this person could do this shiftiness first, and then the judgment is in your favor. Or, like I said, you know, you may end up judging this person and maybe that backfires in your face, or because these cards can mean several things at once. Okay? But there's definitely a judgment coming in here. It's time for something to end. Now, this is your hope card, and what is so cool about this is, look at this. This is the Pope. You got the Pope, the Popess, and the Vatican Guard. What? Yeah. This is a lot of spirituality, and Vatican Guard, actually, what I felt was Archangel Michael, even though this is not swords. Ace of Swords, King of Swords, Swords is Archangel Michael. But anyway, so look at what you have here. These are teachers. Okay? This is the High Priestess and the High Priest. The Pope and the Popess. The High Priestess and the Hierophant. Look at him in his Vatican-ness over here. Okay? She's at the root of everything. This is wisdom. This is spiritual wisdom. So is he. Now, see how they both wear the triple crown? Oh, that is so cool. All right, guys, but this is your hope card. So now the Pope can mean a lot of stuff. He can mean big business. He can mean large institutions such as Catholicism, religion, scholars. He is a scholar, where the Pope as knows by her knowing, by seeing through the veil, by just being frickin' psychic. He is a scholar. He is like a druid or like Merlin. He learns about spirituality and the path to enlightenment in books and in scrolls and from human experience. Okay? He is mercy. You can go to this person for mercy. Someone who is kind and generous. You can go to the church for food and clothes. Sometimes he represents marriage because he's tradition. And he is 5. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy 555 day. Anyway, forgot to mention that 2021, 2 plus 2 plus 1 equals 5. So today is 555. And 5 is the number of change. 3 is the number of Mary. And here you've got 5, the Hierophant, or the Pope rather. Anyway, so moving on. So this is your hope. Now, you may be hoping to get married. You may be hoping that somebody will be generous and merciful and kind to you. Or you may be hoping for a teacher that is wise in the spiritual path. You may be hoping to get involved with big business. And yes, it is possible for you to be hoping for all of the above. Yeah. This is cool, you guys. This is cool. I love this. I have Sagittarius in my chart. I have 2 planets in Sagittarius. It's the only fire that I've got in my chart. So sometimes I claim these readings as well. This would be kind of a neat one. Okay, so anyway, so here at the this is your environment or your state of being, and this is the 2 of Swords, okay, and it's in reverse. However, the 2 of Swords, this one is all about friendship. A lot of the times it's a crossroads. You'll see one person sitting there with 2 swords, and they're crossed over her chest. It's usually a female, and she's usually blindfolded, or she's got her eyes closed, and she's got the moon behind her. They got the moon over here, but it's one person and at a crossroads and a decision to be made. However, this one is a bit more like the 2 of Cups, where these are a couple of warriors and they are friends. This snake dude represents the more the feminine side, and this fox dude over here represents the masculine side. It's in reverse for you though, so I'm going to look this up here and see if anything sticks out to me. Yeah, the two strong warriors meeting under a cloudy sky shake hands in token friendship. They could destroy each other, but their solution is to have a formal friendship. The pale warrior on the left represents yin, the feminine nature. The snake on his helmet is a dragon, and a dragon is on the hilt of his sword. On the right is a yang, or masculine type. His face is sanguine, and foxes are on his helmet and on the handle of his sword. Sanguine is like blood-like. He's got a reddish face. Now, the 2 of Swords in reverse in this deck is duplicity, falsehood, misrepresentation, disloyalty, dishonor, treachery, false friends, and lies. You're dealing with some lies. All these things I'm feeling are coming from this partner. A snake and a fox. Someone's a snake and someone's being sneaky like a fox. Snakes come into your life and they hypnotize you and they lie to you, and they take something, they usually take advantage of you. And then you have foxes over here. Foxes are known to be really crafty, sneaky as well. So so this is a very different 2 of Swords. So I feel like there's somebody that you think that you can trust that you really can't. And so feeling like it could be this, I mean, right? Now, as a cups, he may be a very psychic person. He may be a very spiritual person. But right now he is not in his right energy. Alrighty, now this is your fear card. This is the Nine of Wands. Amazingly enough, this is one of your cards. I don't know why that's amazing to me. But, when in the Thoth deck, the first deck that I was using on this channel, which is basically my second deck of tarot cards ever, this card is called Strength. Okay, and this is your own energy, Sagittarius, fire energy, yeah. So this is your fear. This is basically having to summon the last bit of strength to fight the last battle. Look at these guys. I think they're boat rowers. You can see these boats in the back. And what they're doing is they're kind of taking a nap. They're just kind of chilling out for a while because they know that eventually they're going to have to get back on these boats and row them and row them and row them. Okay, so they're resting up, gathering their strength for their the last stint home or something like that, right? So I think what you are afraid of here is having to fight one last battle. Because right now you are feeling pretty flippin' happy here in your happy home that is safe and secure, message of love perhaps coming in. You've got this wonderfully wise person that you can go to for advice, or it's all about this person. So you, of course, you are not looking forward to having to summon your energy up, because I'm saying your energy because this is a Sagittarius card. Have to do this. But you know what, Sagittarius, because this is your card, this is something you're made to do. This is something that shouldn't be hard for you to actually accomplish. I think that you just don't want to, because you've I mean, look at this. I mean, okay, so, and this is what was leaving your life. Okay, this is the recent past here, in case you forgot. All right, so here we have your potential outcome. And this is, I say potential because of free will and everything, but Leo just had this card and it was right side up and at the center of everything. They were confused. Now, maybe what this is not being confused, because this card, this Seven of Cups, is different than other Seven of Cups. There's Seven of Cups that it looks like, oh, they may be confused because they have so many choices and they're a bit overwhelmed and stuff like that. But this one is more about pipe dreams and wishful thinking and basically, your head being in the clouds and daydreaming about things that aren't feasible. Okay, this could be, smoking too much weed or opium, or it could be drinking too much, partying too much, daydreaming about things that really aren't going to work out, just so. But this is in reverse for you, so. Oh, okay, so it is good. Okay, so what this is desire, determination, strong willpower. See, I told you, you've got this, Sagittarius. That's your own energy. I know you don't want to have to do it, but you've got it. You're made for that. So Seven of Cups, desire, determination, strong willpower, a goal nearly attained, intelligent choice, will, resolution. Okay? So it's going to take willpower, strong willpower, determination. You're going to have to desire this resolution, okay? You and use your intelligence as much as you can here, which is, not going to be hard, because this is what you're made for. You're good at this, Sagittarius. You got this, okay? Now, like I was saying at the beginning of the reading, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. And Sagittarius, you have got it upright. So this is the underlying energy for this whole thing. You're not seeing this wrong. This is water damage. This is a vintage deck. I don't mind though. I really don't. I'm just glad to have this deck. They do still print these decks, but I like vintage things too. But anyway, so this is an ending. Okay, tens are always endings. You've got this. Judgment is also an ending. This is 10 more. This is the first 10 of the major arcana, and then this is 10 more. This is the 10th one, right? So this is really about, and you know what, when you think about Judgment Day, the way they write it in the Bible, that is fate, isn't it? Fortune, fate. It's like, this is what's happening to you no matter what. And when I said that, it was 35 minutes and 55 seconds. So I had 555 on there. That was interesting. Okay, so this is all going on because you wrote it that way. It's all going on because it's meant to happen. It's an eventuality that is maybe, in everybody's life, not just yours. And what does that mean, Allison? I don't know. I just said it. All right, now let's pull from the Mother Mary Oracle. Please don't forget to like. That really helps me out. It's free for you, but it really helps me out. Also subscribe. That really helps as well. Check out my books too. They're my divine blueprint. I was told by my higher self that I would write a series of books that would teach the path to enlightenment or of spirituality. Not the whole thing, probably, but aspects of it through superheroes, through an entertaining yet hard-hitting storyline. My characters are very relatable, and I haven't gotten a bad review, and I've also been told that people experience spiritual healing when reading it. So if that occurs for you, if you buy my book and you experience spiritual healing, please let me know. I'm very interested in that because I do channel the book as well. It comes to me during meditation, and so I feel like there's probably healings and lessons and all kinds of stuff in there encoded into it that I didn't even put in there on purpose. So check it out. Alrighty, Mother Mary, what would you like to... Why, thank you so much. She doesn't let me finish my sentence. Whoa! I haven't seen this one yet. This is beautiful. Wow. Okay, 38. 8 plus 3 is 11. That is a master number, yo. All right, Mother Mary, 38. Our Lady of the Abundant Garden. I feel like this is an abundant garden. Man, you got the Vatican guard and the Pope and the Popess. That is cool. All right, so there's this like italics part, which is the main part, and then I'm going to read this whole thing to you. Okay, so Our Lady of Abundant Garden, of the Abundant Garden. Sorry. I provide life without limit. You have no need to fear loss or lack. For everything that dies, new life is created to supplant it. For every need that you have, there are ample channels through which that need can be fulfilled. I can provide all with wisdom, grace, and even joyful humor. You can find a way to delight in life and enjoy all the riches that are available to you if only you open your heart and release your fear. Release the fear of this one last battle. You got this. It is habit, not reality, which keeps you uncertain. Trust in me, my child, and be nourished in my living garden of love. Dang it, I'm getting choked up again. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm close to Mary, and when she says certain things, sometimes, even though this isn't really my reading, I feel her talking to me too. I'm sorry. Let me keep going here. If we are so concerned with our needs for survival, we can become blind to how much we already have. It may never seem to be enough for us to really feel safe, happy, and secure. Oh wow, safe, happy, and secure. Or perhaps you have trust in your heart, and yet you are also tired of feeling as though you have to work so very hard to get by financially, or that it takes so much for you to feel supported in your work. Or perhaps you feel you have to give so much love and support to get even the smallest amount of attention or affection in return. The mother comes to us with a message that we need not fear for our survival, that she has our back and is protecting and supporting us. We have so much already and can open to receive so much more as we let go of the fear of loss and lack that shuts us off from the universal flow of abundance. In the mother's garden, there is always a blooming harvest. If part of the garden is in decline, it is because energy is thriving and flowing into another part of the garden. There is always abundance. It is always in flow. All we need to do is open to her in trust as we come to understand her way of constant flowing energy. She is asking now that you recognize that your fears are habit rather than a reflection of a reality in which you must fear. Humanity is evolving together, but there are the forerunners in the evolution of the human race that help shift the memories of the body that have been programmed into survival mode. To shift these memories into a place of trust, of curious surrender to see what happens, what unfolds, and therefore become very responsive to divine guidance, allows the human race to heal, to become more creative than reactive. I'm going to stop there and just mention something to you. I was sleeping when Mary came to me when I was 16. And I looked next to my bed, and there was a People magazine I had been reading that she was visiting, I think it was Fatima or Medjugorje. And I've just thought to myself, as I rolled over, I just wondered if she would ever appear to me. And I didn't even finish that sentence when she appeared. This is the curious surrender to see what happens, what unfolds, and therefore becomes very responsive to divine guidance. What I just read from the book, that is what happened. I became open. I became curious. I said, what, you know? Okay, anyway, let's keep going. Then humanity can join the divine celebration unfolding upon the planet rather than reenacting old painful wars. Each one of us who is willing to take this shift from scarcity, fear of poverty, and fear of lack into a place of genuinely trusting in abundance in the plentiful provisions of the Divine Mother helps the rest of humanity learn that it can be done. You are one of the chosen children of the Mother, chosen to learn to play in her abundant garden and feel the safety of her eternally flowing nourishment. Then you can help others learn to do the same. There exists more than enough for all. As we come to realize this, we can learn to receive and share rather than take and fear. This oracle comes at a time when you are being asked to let go of fears of abandonment in your relationships, of fears of failure at work, fears of not being recognized or valued, fears that would prevent you from taking the steps that you need to take now or in the future. This oracle comes at a time when your financial situation is healing. It is. And you need to trust in new ways of feeling open to abundance reaching you. It comes at a time when all those around you might be in fear and reaction because of a recent trauma or situation, COVID, and you are needed to be the one who stays in your heart and in trust of the divine plan. You might be the one through which the mother wants to pour her assistance because you are capable of remaining open to her and not closing down in distrust or shock. Our Lady of the Abundant Garden comes to you with a gift of abundance, and you are asked to remain open and know that she has endless provisions through which she blesses the unfolding spiritual destinies of all of her children. This oracle comes with a special message. If you have been wondering if something will take off and flourish or thrive, the answer is yes. Because it's time, and because it is your destiny. I got chills. Oh my goodness. All right, thank you so much, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed your reading. That's what I have for you today, except I didn't do the whole amount of control, okay? So I can gauge the amount of control that you have in your spread here by how many major arcanas you have to minor, and you have the Pope as Judgment and the Pope. So that is 3 out of 10 cards. So this is mostly in your control. But like I said, it's time for this judgment to come in. This is the mother. And you are hoping for all the beautiful blessings that this Hierophant can offer. This was a lovely reading. Thanks for watching. See you next time, Sagittarius.